Hello, Max TV viewers! The animal world never ceases to amaze and sometimes even shock us. Animals' actions can be so unpredictable that even the people capturing the footage can't believe their eyes. Good thing there's a camera handy to capture these moments. I know everyone loves new animal videos because rewatching old ones just isn't as exciting. So here's a fresh compilation of incredible animal moments. Let's dive in. A girl was calmly feeding an ostrich, but an unruly deer decided he wanted a bite too before the food ran out.
Oh my God.
Bugs beware.
It seems this girl has found a fun way to pass the time. She's befriended a real-life bug eater.
I have the ultimate weapon.
Captured by a surveillance camera in Connecticut, this incredible moment shows a family dog defending a little boy and scaring off a sizable black bear. Getting a horse off a trailer isn't as easy as it sounds. This one resisted for quite a while, and the handler ended up with a funny fall. In this nighttime footage, a baby hippo is clearly fleeing from something, with a large crocodile swimming after it. Luckily, the little one hid just in time behind its mother. This cow is probably in shock. It got to ride in the coolest, most unusual taxi. It must have felt like a bird up there. If you leave a beach restaurant unattended, mischievous monkeys won't hesitate to make sure there's no food or napkins left behind. During her walk, a woman encountered a cute wombat. The creature immediately figured out how to use her walking poles as a scratch post, scratching its back in delight.
You can come with me and scratch. That was the silliest thing in the world.
The maiden flight of a new drone ended in disaster in Minnesota. The family wanted a close-up of a turkey, but the turkey took offense at this foreign invader and decided to attack the drone. A family spent a long time nursing a wounded squirrel back to health, and finally, it was time to release her into the wild. The man carefully placed her on a tree, but out of nowhere, the neighbor's cat swooped in and took the squirrel right in front of the family. A truly heartbreaking moment, especially for the woman who cried out the loudest. When a pet ferret gives birth, the first thing she does is show her babies to her owner. Only after the owner touches the kits do they carry the owner's scent, marking them as approved. Kits that don't receive the blessing risk being rejected, so the mother always eagerly awaits for the moment of introduction. A man captured unusual behavior on his car's dash cam. It seems these kangaroos are having fun slipping and falling as they hop across the wet, slippery road. A rocking chair was installed in the zoo for a panda, but the way it fell off brought only laughter from the visitors. Stopping on the roadside, a woman spotted a puppy running straight toward her. The little one was terrified and whimpered whenever she tried to touch him. She decided to take him home and soon realized she'd never had such a grateful and affectionate dog. The banana toss was a fail as it simply splashed into the water. The funny monkey decided to clap for the unskilled girl. It seems this cat made a poor decision to go after such a fierce rat. The battle didn't go as planned, and the prey became the predator. The rat attacked, and the cat looked bewildered. When the rat tired of the game, it simply walked away. I can't figure out what's up with this groundhog. At the pet store, he keeps making funny faces and sticking out his tongue. I'm sure he'll get adopted in no time. Walking across a glass bridge is scary not only for people, but for dogs too. A night surveillance camera captured a bear playing a prank on a boar and scaring it in the middle of the night. The bear could have easily taken a bite out of the boar, but the boar reacted just in time and ran away. And now, watch how a bear and some boars met on the beautiful mountain slopes of Velebit. This time, a small bear was genuinely scared by the huge boars and quickly fled. What an incredible coat pattern! You can immediately tell which cow this calf belongs to. A white chicken wandered too far from its coop and was attacked by a bald eagle. Amazingly, the chicken survived 6 attacks from the predator. Feathers were flying everywhere, but it managed to reach a safe hiding spot. The next clip, filmed in Brazil, shows the easiest fishing I've ever seen. Did you know how clever mice can be? This one figured out that the mouse trap was dangerous. Without hesitation, she brought a small stick, set off the trap, and then safely enjoyed the treat. On some cliffs, a man stumbled upon what looked like a strange hairy mass. Armed with a stick, he decided to investigate. It turned out not to be hair, but a massive nest filled with thousands of tiny spiders. If a goat sees her reflection in the glass door of your store, she will definitely try to fix it by smashing it. A male lion had been stalking a mother elephant and her calf with clear intentions of making a meal of them. As they reached an open area, the lion decided to attack. But in a flash, the mother elephant turned to face him, driving the lion away and saving her calf from the sharp claws of the predator. During a deer hunt, a hunter captured some amusing footage. A raccoon climbed a tree and noticed a small hollow. The little animal peeked inside, thought for a moment, and decided it absolutely had to crawl in. It could have been a squirrel's nest full of tasty nuts, but the raccoon turned out to be too chubby. The little creature got stuck halfway, which made the hunter laugh. It hung there for several minutes before somehow managing to slide inside. How it'll get out remains a mystery. I'm not sure what's going on with this turtle, but it certainly looks funny. In Nebraska, a farm worker had to rescue a silly sheep that got itself stuck in a hole head first, making some very funny noises along the way. Thankfully, the rescue was a success. Can a hamster drive a 15-ton truck? Watch how the tiny hamster Charlie steers a brand new Volvo FMX in a quarry. Volvo used this adorable scene to showcase their latest steering system, which is so light that you could control the massive truck with just a fingertip. It's hard to believe that one husky can shed so much fur. A woman in a bar tied her little dog to a stool, but she definitely didn't expect what happened next. People at the beach found a strange shell they couldn't open, which seemed to contain some kind of jelly-like creature inside. Determined to open it, they finally managed to, only for a startled, funny, and super speedy octopus to pop out, desperately trying to find a new hiding spot. In this friendly courtyard, a squirrel decided to launch an amusing attack on a groundhog quietly munching on a carrot. The capture of the moment was truly hilarious. Down a rural African road, a terrified herd of cows is running. Moments later, the reason becomes clear: a hungry lion is chasing them. A man decided to work on his laptop out on his terrace, but danger was closer than he thought. A snake snuck up behind him and crawled under his table. Though it didn't manage to bite, it gave the guy quite a scare. This girl clearly has a unique talent. She takes a sip of water and starts communicating with turkeys. It sounds pretty funny. Now I understand the phrase, like a cow on ice. Cows really do look funny and awkward slipping around on a slick road. People managed to capture flying rays on a camera right near their boat, a rare and spectacular sight. Here's an incredible sight of a massive herd of wildebeest crossing the Mara River during their migration. I've never seen so many antelopes in one place before. The crocodiles are certainly in for a feast today. A silly antelope wandered too close to a tiger napping in the water. It was incredibly lucky. The tiger was in a deep sleep and didn't notice, allowing the antelope to escape just in time. During a circus performance, an elephant decided to make a bathroom break right in the middle of the act, and they had to bring over an entire cart to clean it up. I'm convinced that sneaky children did that on purpose. This flock of blue-footed boobies spotted a school of fish, and they all dove into the water as one. It's a mesmerizing sight. A grizzly bear suddenly appeared on a hiking trail in Glacier National Park, Montana. Hikers quickly scattered, but the bear remained calm and soon veered off the path. A man decided to pull a pufferfish out of the water, demonstrating its natural defensive instincts as it reacts to touch. Fascinating to watch. Crafty cats decided to work together to raid the home refrigerator successfully. In South Carolina, a peaceful day of fishing in a park turned chaotic when an alligator interrupted the scene. The reptile wasn't too pleased with people fishing in its lake and launched an attack, scattering everyone in different directions. A man was terrified and didn't understand why a seal was trying to jump into his boat. It turned out the poor animal was seeking refuge from an orca. They provided it with safe haven just in time.
Just keep recording them, just stand back a bit.
I'm just saying they're looking for this guy.
In this funny clip, a little dog hesitates to step outside, thinking there's a glass door blocking its way. Getting him out of the doorway proved to be quite a challenge. Here comes a superhero cat, Zorro in real life. A raccoon tried to steal food from a skunk. The skunk threatened with its infamous spray, but ultimately decided not to use it, opting to walk away instead. In Sweden, a moose got tangled in a swing hanging from tree branches near a cabin in the forest. It struggled to free itself, but to no avail. A man used a saw on a long stick to cut the ropes, and after a few minutes, the moose was finally free. These two dogs seem so aggressive, it's like they're spitting acid while attacking each other through the glass door. But as soon as the door opened, the cowardly dogs started wagging their tails and backing away. An Indian wildlife photographer came across an unusual pair, a dog with a little monkey clinging to her. What started as bird photography turned into an interesting observation. The monkey held on tightly to the dog, who didn't mind and seemed to enjoy the company. The photographer soon learned that the dog adopted the monkey after locals poisoned its mother. The dog took the baby in at 10 days old, and they've been inseparable and clearly happy together ever since. The owner set up a surveillance camera in the room and was shocked by what his pet squirrel was up to at night. The dog owner was shocked by the state of the door. That's what one clumsy dog can do. I'm not sure what that aggressive cow did, but if the police are after her, she must have done something quite naughty. The fisherman only looked away for a second to light a cigarette, and a large fish took his fishing rod. Surprised, he jumped into the water after it, but couldn't catch up to the quickly disappearing rod. This cute sloth was saved from a certain death by electrocution after climbing an electric pole in a Colombian province. Utility workers arrived after concerned residents called in. They took safety measures, and one worker successfully rescued the unfortunate sloth. Here's another similar incident in Costa Rica. Thanks to these kind Samaritans, a sloth was safely and injury-free lowered from dangerous wires and returned to the wild. And this little dog dressed as an elephant is quite famous. Its owner winds it up with a magic key and it starts moving around. Another funny sheep rescue. As soon as they pulled her out of a narrow, deep trench, she immediately jumped right back in. An unusual moment was captured in Brazil. People were away for the weekend and expecting a package on Monday, but the delivery arrived early. The couriers left the package behind a fence, and look at what the house cat Zazino started doing. He started to bring the package inside. He assessed the best way to jump with the package in his mouth, and though it was hard, he persisted. The cat squeezed himself through the bars, first his body, then tugging the package in with him. When the owners returned, they were shocked to find the package inside, unsure of who left it there. After reviewing their security footage, they understood. Meet Ronnie, a cat who lives on a sailboat. Although most cats fear water, Ronnie has to paddle himself to and from the shore. This man decided to release his pet mouse into the wild. His friends warned him about the many birds of prey in the area, and unfortunately, as soon as he let the mouse go, a hawk swooped down and caught it right away. Here's another unfortunate attempt at freeing a mouse. This unlucky rodent only managed a few seconds of freedom before a hawk swooped in. And here's another similar moment. On a forest road, a man captured a bear chasing a moose with two calves right from his car. When one of the calves stumbled and fell, it looked like the bear was about to grab it, but the mother moose immediately turned around and defended her young. The bear got scared and retreated into the forest. A swarm of bees tried to protect their hive and attacked a drone. It had been launched by construction workers to capture aerial footage of the project, but the bees saw it as a threatening bird. When they finally brought the drone down, there were already plenty of dead bees on the ground, victims of the deadly spinning rotors. Here are a few funny dog fails. They just didn't realize how tricky those rubber balls could be. A cat tried for a while to scare a fox away from its food bowl, but the sly fox managed to snatch a bite. Tourists on safari caught an intense scene as a cobra dashed out onto the road in hopes of catching a poor lizard. However, two small lions stepped in, forcing the cobra into a tough decision: to give up her meal or risk becoming a meal for the lions. The snake chose to retreat, disappearing into the bushes, and the lizard was saved by the lions. This dog decided to copy everything his owner does. In one Turkish town, an unusual incident occurred. For several days, a dog would come to a storm drain and stare through the grate. A woman who was buying meat at a nearby shop noticed the sad dog and decided to offer it some food. But instead of eating it, the dog took the food to the storm drain and dropped it in. The woman called rescuers. It turned out that there were 5 kittens trapped in the storm drain, though how they got themselves there remains a mystery. Thanks to the caring dog, all the kittens survived. Territorial hippos don't appreciate anyone even drinking from their water, so a lion had to make a quick escape. This scene was filmed by visitors to a zoo in the Netherlands. A duck and her ducklings entered the gorilla enclosure. The birds immediately caught the gorilla's interest, and one managed to catch a duckling. She then picked up another lost little one on the grass, and it looked like she planned to eat them. The head of a silly cow got stuck between 2 trees, and it couldn't get free. Farmers arrived just in time, cut down one of the trees, and finally freed the cow. Next is a recording from a police body camera showing an officer rescuing a deer that got tangled in a fence. The rescue was a success. Take a look at this clever squirrel. Thirsty, she ran up to some people, signaling her need for water with her front paws. She drank right from the bottle, successfully quenching her thirst. While filming at the racetrack, a horse decided to show off as if to say, "You should be filming me instead." An 11-year-old Australian girl narrowly escaped a deadly encounter. She found this reptile while out for a walk near her home. Mistaking it for a harmless garter snake, she picked it up. Later, her grandmother sent a video to a local snake handler to identify the reptile. When the expert saw it, he was shocked. He said the girl was extremely lucky she wasn't bitten. It was a brown snake, one of the most venomous in the world. Her play with this dangerous creature could have ended very tragically. For clever monkeys, stealing mobile phones from unsuspecting tourists is child's play. A leopard chasing an ordinary house cat found itself in a precarious situation when both it and its prey fell into a deep well. Then the most unusual thing happened. The cat behaved fearlessly and even tried to fend off the attacker. The leopard, realizing the tricky situation he was in, didn't show much aggression either. After a lengthy rescue operation, both animals were safely extracted from the well. They were released and no one was harmed. A drone captured footage of a group of people watching as a hammerhead shark swam right by them near Palm Beach, Florida. They were lucky to get away with just a bit of a scare. A woman was walking her dog when she encountered a family of moose. The angry moose even tried to charge to protect her young, but the woman shouted loudly and threw a stick, which luckily worked, and the moose ran away without anyone getting hurt. It's unclear what sparked the dispute between this camel and a domestic bull, but they clearly had a conflict. After a brief struggle, they calmed down. No injuries here. A similar scuffle occurred between two camels though. One of them used a clever tactic right away by biting its opponent's leg, bringing it down. I think that's the essence of camel fights. Whoever's on top wins. This sheep was lucky. Its rescue was quite simple. All it took was a tug on its horns, a task even a young woman managed with ease. This kind-hearted man walked onto a busy highway to stop traffic for a koala crossing the road. Without his help, the koala might not have made it. Hyenas and lions are eternal rivals. In this instance, a hyena got too close to a lioness's ambush and provoked her to attack. Catching the slower hyena was no challenge for the lioness, who quickly sank her teeth into her prey's neck. For the lions, it was just another quick snack. Predators and prey often meet at water holes. In this moment, lions were resting while buffaloes peacefully drank nearby. Naturally, the lions couldn't ignore such large and tempting steaks for long. Suddenly, the whole herd started to flee. One very brave lioness decided to attack. She quickly caught a young buffalo lagging behind and took it down. The other lions soon joined, while the buffalo herd didn't return to help this time. And here's a Fast and Furious moment from a turtle as it hurries across a metal bridge. A family of black swans knows exactly how to cross the road. In Australia, they even use the pedestrian crossing. With a little help from locals, the swans made it across quickly without holding up traffic. There's a new addition to the gazelle herd. A calf was born. But there are many predators around, so they need to be on alert. The first few hours after birth are the most dangerous, and this little one was unlucky. An eagle spotted it. The predator immediately landed near its prey, but the mother stood up to defend her calf. The scene was incredible. The eagle spread its wings to appear larger, while the gazelle stood there, afraid to attack. Then the eagle simply flew away with the calf in its claws. Hikers on a trail were stunned by the size of a real-life monster, a gigantic alligator. Border Collies are the smartest dogs in the world, and numerous rankings prove it. Just look at how professionally they work with cattle, herding them all into a small pen. But things don't always go smoothly. Cows can be aggressive, and the dogs sometimes take quite a beating. And here's how a leopard gecko sheds its old skin. It's not the prettiest sight, but it's fascinating to watch the process.